So I spent a fair bit of time over the winter finding windows, kind of remains of old sash windows in skips and on Facebook. Got them all for free. I've got about 13 of them, I think. I've painted them up. I've also got 6, 7, 8 windows. No, sorry, 8 doors. I think it is 8, something like that. That I've painted up as well. And I've just taken delivery of what seems like a massive amount of timber. I'm going to show you that in a second. All this timber I bought from Wickes. It got delivered today. There are a couple more pieces elsewhere that are a bit too long to fit in here. And my plan is to use that to make a frame to then put those windows and those doors in to make a greenhouse. And by the time I'm finished, I think I'll be able to call it a Victorian greenhouse, because I think those windows, most of those windows are that old. Seems like a massive amount of wood just to make a frame. I hope I haven't over-ordered. Anyway, it's like this because it's kind of still slightly damp from the treatment process, and so I want to make sure it's as dry as I can get it before I cut it into the right size and then paint it. Painting it, that's why it needs to be dry. So I'm going to paint everything white, then I'm going to take it to the allotment and hopefully just slot it all together. I'm sure it's going to be a bit more complicated than that, but we shall see. Hi, right, I've painted all the windows and doors that I've collected by skip diving, etc., and finding them all for free. Now I've got some timber. There's more than this is just some of it, and I'm making a frame, and that's what all those doors and windows are going to go into. So the timber's treated, but I'm also painting it. So hopefully the frame will be good and solid, last a long time. Okay, so I'm back on the allotment. It's Sunday morning, so you can probably hear the bells in the background. And this is where I've marked out where the base of the greenhouse is going to go. So I'm putting in these kind of screwed foundations, just a couple on each side. They look pretty monstrous, but actually they go in quite easily. They're 800 millimeters deep, and you just screw them in. So far I've done 2. You can see those 2 there. It's been all right. And the idea is that you put the base on top of these little screw foundation things, and it's a bit easier to level, and you don't need to use concrete, which you're not allowed to do on the allotment anyway, because this is all temporary. Let's see how it goes. The idea is you put this little tool on the top, because that makes it a bit easier to screw into the ground. You get a bit of purchase. And then before I start, I drill a hole with this great big drill and this long drill bit, put a hole in the ground, put some water in, drill it a bit more, let it soak in, and the idea is that makes it a little bit easier. We shall see. Okay, so the greenhouse is coming out the ground. It's taken us, I guess, a day's work up to this point. It seems to be working. I had a massive change of design because I thought it was far too high. Yet to see if that works all right. It's very much a 2-man job. My friend George is here. He's been helping. He's very patient, and he's also quite skilled and better at this stuff than I am. But it seems to be going all right. The greenhouse is coming along. We're not finished yet there, by a long way. Right, we're on day 3 of the build. And it's coming along. The front door is going to go there. That's been partially hung. These are the odd modification back home where we've got some electricity, and we're just finishing the cross braces here, so the whole thing should be a bit more solid. This is my friend George, who has all the tools and knows what he's doing. Good sawing, George.
Excellent.
So, yeah, it's lunchtime now. Lunchtime day 3, and we've done. We've worked on the door, so the door's ready to go up. The rest of that side there, so we've got that side left to do, and the roof. We've sorted out the size of the roof beams, so we've got to attach the roof beams and then think about what's going to go on top of them as roof. Here's George. He's looking in charge, just packing up for lunch. Okay, so we're looking at lunchtime. Day 4. We've pretty much done all the walls. George has been working on the front door. He's particularly good at doors, and it kind of fits, and it's a stable door. It's going to look good. It's a really heavy duty hardwood door, and it's double glazed, so that'll be good. At the end of today, I'm hoping that we're going to have the roof beams on, so we can then do the roof. I'm not sure we're going to get round to the roof at the end of today. Then there's kind of bits all around that need infill. Maybe that triangle there, that's going to need some infill of some sort. I've got some plastic that I've just found on FreeCycle, so I'll put a bit in there. Maybe, not exactly sure how that's going to work out. It's coming along. So I'm just finishing off the roof. I had a slight change of design, and the beams had to run parallel to the slope because I changed to corrugated plastic rather than flat polycarbonate type plastic, so there was a slight change of design, but it's all right. The beams are in now, and I'm just putting the front pieces on where the gutter is gonna be. Hasn't lined up perfectly, but hey, it's a greenhouse. It doesn't look too bad, and it seems pretty solid. I think it'll be there for a while. So that's it. It's a beautiful day, a nice breeze, although it's quite sunny. I've put lots of sun cream on. Things are moving along. Right, so I'm putting on the roof. I've got 5 sheets of this corrugated plastic. They're all 3 meters long, so they just kind of fit on nicely, and hopefully putting enough screws on each one. Here's a shot down into the greenhouse, looking all right, and over the rest of all the other allotments. It's my shed, my flag, and what I'm growing. Things are starting to grow, slowly.